So, in the poem, the poet is talking to the wind and he asks the wind to come softly. Poet also says that wind should not be strong and it should come delicately and softly. Then he describes that powerful wind is destructive and it breaks the shutters and windows and scatters the paper. Moreover, when the wind is very powerful, then it takes down the books from the shelves. After that, he asks the wind to look at the damage it has caused. Whenever the wind is strong, all the weak things like plants, children, and so on get fearful and they sometimes get hurt. So, in the initial part of the poem, the poet is referring to the wind as a young child. Firstly, he said that it comes softly as a child does. Later on in the poem, it becomes very destructive, like a youth full of energy, violence, and distractions. Later also, he continuously repeated the word crumbling to give emphasis that everything crumbles in the face of the strong wind. So the poet wants to say that everything breaks when the wind is very strong and powerful. He says that weak houses, weak doors, beams, wooden structures, bodies of people, animals, and so on, everything falls and crumbles. In addition to it, everything which is weak reacts either by breaking or falling down in the face of hardship. So the poet says that whenever the weak people faces and hardship or challenge in life, they fall or break down. In the next passage or in the next line, he addresses, the poet addresses the wind as a wind god, and he says that the powerful god of wind examines, that means it shifts people and those who are weak fall down and get crushed. Therefore, here the poet made a comparison between wheat and people. Just like we sort the wheat to separate the grain from the chaff, in the same way the wind god separates the strong people from the weak people. So whenever there is strong wind, all the things that are weak fall and get crushed. In the next lines, the poet wants us to make friends with the wind, the hardships in our lives. He says that we should be ready for the problems as they will come and will not listen to us. We should build strong homes and close the doors of our house firmly so the wind cannot enter them. Moreover, the poet says that we should make our hearts and bodies stronger to face these challenges. Challenges means the effect of the strong wind. When we are strong enough to face challenges, then we will not feel troublesome. So he keeps the wind on a pedestal and comparing it to God. The poet says that wind is a god and we praise it daily. He also adds that everything that is weak gets over in the face of the strong wind. In addition, all the things that are strong flourish and grow stronger. The poet gives us the message we should make ourselves physically and mentally strong to face these challenges. Also, when we become their friends, then we will be happy as they will help us to become stronger and better because the challenges and hardship of life make us better. So, if we say or if we make just a very short summary of the poem, I think that in this poem we come to know about the effect of winds, and through the effect of winds we can judge the type of people. That means if there is a very strong effect or the destructive effect of the wind, so weak people just fall and collapse. So from this poem we can learn that whenever there is a strong blow of wind, we must not feel very fearful, very fearsome, or we must not feel very afraid of the effects of the strong wind. So in other way we can say that we have to be very strong in front of the challenges. So you know that our life is full of challenges. It is not that our life is a bed of roses, right? So our life is not a bed of roses, but it is also full of thorn. So we have to keep it in our mind that there will be challenges in life, and we have to shed the cowardice, and we have to be very strong, not from physically but from mentally also. It is supposed that whenever we are physically strong, everything will be in favor of us, but it is not so. I think physically strong is okay, but you have to be mentally very strong. You have to prepare yourself in such a way so that no outer effects, no outer challenges can affect your mental health. So your mental health and physical health all have to be very strong, sturdy and sound. So here also you can realize that the poet praises the uh, benevolent effects of the wind, and at the same time he also describes the negative or destructive effects of the wind. And through this poem we can judge that there are several types of people, and it is I think it is at least suggested that we should always face the challenges in our life.